Hi everyone, welcome to DE Open House. This is our first edition and today I have with me a very diverse group of students. What we will be doing in this is that we will be answering questions and dilemmas which students face in their college and school life. So this will be more like an open session where they will ask me questions and I'll try and answer to my best knowledge. Welcoming on board our students, we'll start with Wasim.
Hi, my name is Wasim. I'm from IIT Delhi. I'm in third year in mechanical department. Currently, I'm working on machine learning and AI projects. I follow sports. I play basketball. I'm in C team.
Thanks Wasim, thanks for coming on board. Moisha, can you just tell about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Moisha Malik. I'm a third year Bachelor of Management Studies student from Srinagar University. My hobbies include reading books and I also play tennis.
Great.
So, hello everyone. My name is Pankaj Gupta. I'm currently pursuing my BCom from Shahid Bhagat Singh College, University of Delhi. And I'm currently interning at Apollo Industries as a digital marketing and e-commerce intern. And along with that, I'm also a member of Evolve, the Personality Development Society of our college. That's about me.
Punya.
Hello everyone, my name is Punya Gupta. Currently, I have finished my 12th from DPS Hossan Punch and I'm studying for entrances.
Let's start with the question now, okay? So the idea is that you can ask me questions which you are facing as dilemmas, like whatever challenges you face in your college life, or there are a lot of challenges which are there in the career which is going to be there, right? There's a future career which you are looking at and you might not be sure and know how to reach there. What is the best possible way to go there, right? And you can ask me those questions. Hopefully with my experience I will be able to answer those questions. If I'm not, I will guide you to a right expert who can answer it, right? So any questions? I'll start with Pankudi, you first.
How important are internships for students in order to get an idea of what they want to do in the future?
I would try and kind of explain this in a way that internships are generally confused by students as jobs. They should not, right? Internship is a phase of learning and people should consider internship as a phase of learning and not as a work profile. And that is where I think the biggest distinction is. You should go with the internship with a perspective that I am going to get an exposure to a certain industry. I'm going to work in a certain department and I will do multiple such internships in this period of my college so that I can know which is the right field for me. This is your choosing. This is I would say like Tinder. Dating kar rahe ho, right? You're not marrying to a job. You are dating. You are doing multiple dates. 2-3 महीने चलती है डेट और उसके बाद तुम खत्म हो जाती है और तुम्हें पता चलता है कि यार ये वाली डेट मेरे लिए अच्छी थी या नहीं थी. Eventually you find out that this one is the right date for me and I want to have a long term relationship with this person or this career, as I say. So people should understand internship in that regards, and that's why I think participating in internship is very important, because if you don't participate in internships, you don't get to know what industry has to offer. And colleges, even though they would be giving you the best curriculum, they can't give you the real world experience which a internship would give. So I think simplifying it, 2 things: do internships, a lot of them, do diverse internships. I think these are the 2 things which you should keep in mind. And in the college, take that time. The 3 years or 4 years of college don't waste it having just fun. Really try and get the best out of it. Any subsequent questions on this?
If we get an internship somewhere, but we're very sure that that's not the department I want to work in, but that's the only option we have right now. So should we go or not?
See, frankly, I think this is just what should I say? Like, we believe that we are limited of choices. The reality is, it's just about putting in the right effort, and there are multiple choices. Especially for internship, I would say that if you apply to the right places and you apply to multiple places, you will get the discipline or the department you want. People want young talents to come and get their perspective for the companies. So I think first thing is that you are stopping yourself from getting the right internship. No one else is, right? So think of it in that sense first. Secondly, without doing an internship, don't judge that this is the right department or not, because you are very new. You don't know the industry up till now, right? So think of it from a regards that you have 3 years or 4 years in the career, and there would be every semester there would be kind of a break. So at least you have 3 to 4 opportunities in this period. So even if this one is not the best for you, which you feel, if you don't give it a try, you might just not have any opportunity, and you might just waste that 2 months which you have free for yourself, right? So both things. I think one is that reach out to as many people as you want. If you use LinkedIn to reach out, you will get into the best internships you want in the department you want. And secondly, don't judge departments. I know these are both counterproductive. Like I'm saying at one place, I'm saying that choose your department, and at a certain place, I'm saying that don't choose your department. But the point is that how are you sure that this is a department for you or not until you have worked in it? So I think there is a lot of possibilities if we don't stop ourselves.
So my question is, should we take career counselings and mentorship for future opportunities?
I think that is something which is completely missing in our curriculums.
Yeah.
And that is the most important thing. And there's a reason for it. I'll tell you the reason for it. If you think about India, 1990s is when we got liberalization, right? Before that, there were a lot of people still working in corporate world, or to some extent in jobs. But it's after that the real corporate revolution has happened, right? A lot of jobs have been created after that, right? So अगर हम समझे तो हमारी एक जनरेशन जो हमारे से ऊपर है, हमारे मे बी डैड फादर्स एंड ऑल, वो भी सबके नहीं have done a job, right? So we don't have a very long lineage of people who have worked in industries. So we don't have guidance in our family. हमारे फैमिली में इतने गाइड्स हैं ही नहीं ना कि जो हमारे जॉब्स जो बता पाए कि इंडस्ट्री में क्या हो रहा है. एंड कॉलेजेस के अंदर भी बात करें तो अकेडमी आए ज़्यादातर, पीपल हु हैव डेडिकेटेड देमसेल्फ फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग इटसेल्फ कि हम तो पढ़ाएंगे, ठीक है? तो उन्हें इंडस्ट्री के बारे में इतना अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं है. अगर हम दोनों को देखें तो हमें गाइड करने के लिए हमें कहीं ना कहीं तो जानना पड़ेगा ना. एंड ऑन द बेस्ट thing which has happened is that now India has a lot of people who are experts in some or the other field. They have worked in there for 15-20 years. They can guide you, and they're willing to. The reality is that they want to give back to the society. It's just about the right reach out. If you reach out to them, or there's a platform where you can combine your come together, right? You should make the best out of it. You should always ask your questions. And I always say, and this is actually a proof of it, that stupid questions lead to the maximum amount of growth. So ask stupid questions. Ask questions which will help you learn. कभी ये मत सोचो कि यार रूम में मेरे को सब जज करेंगे कि मैंने क्वेश्चन पूछा. हमेशा ये सोचो कि मेरे को पूछ के मेरे को वैल्यू मिलने वाली है, ठीक है? Then you will gain. सो पूछना चाहिए, मेंटरशिप करनी चाहिए, लॉन्ग टर्म मेंटरशिप भी करनी चाहिए, शॉर्ट टर्म तो करनी चाहिए, काउंसलिंग करनी चाहिए, पूछना चाहिए लोगों से कि मैं क्या करूं. कोई शर्म थोड़ा है पूछने में यार. हमारा कल्चर ऐसा बना हुआ है कि हम पूछने में डरते हैं. हमें डरना नहीं चाहिए. हम पूछेंगे तभी सोल्यूशन मिलेगा. सो वी हैव शिवेन. Shiven, can you just introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Shiven. I'm from ILM University. I'm 20 years old and I'm currently studying BBA. I've always seen my dad doing this business stuff growing up, so I've always had a knack for business-related stuff. But that wasn't what I wanted to actually do. I wanted to do zoology, but due to circumstances, I had to go for business.
Huh?
But it's not like I was forced into it. It was my own decision.
Okay. So you wanted to research in zoology? Really? Great. And about you?
Hi, I'm Trisha, and I'm currently pursuing a BBA LLB from OP University. I am 20, and as per law, I always had a knack for it. Growing up, I've seen a lot of people, a lot of my close relatives pursuing law and a lot of people who were lawyers in my family. So I always had an interest in it. And towards the end of 12th, I was deciding between medical or law because in school I had PCB. But then eventually I took up law and I think I'm very happy with it.
Okay. So, just because you had exposure at your home of people who were in law versus maybe your other choices of career, like some other choice, given the circumstance now, maybe you have to re-choose again in 12th. Will you still choose law?
In 12th, I had PCB.
No, I'm saying after 12th, if you have to
Yeah,
now.
I would have still chosen law. In fact, I really enjoyed the course to such an extent that I probably wouldn't even have taken PCB. I would have gone with like some more law related.
Oh, perfect. Great. I think this perspective is very important because sometimes what happens is that because people who have a lot of similar background people in the family, they get swayed by the idea that this is the career choice for me, but they really don't want to. After maybe like 3-4 years, they realize, yeah, ये तो मेरे को नहीं करना था because just that family kind of is doing it and then I'm doing it. तो ये अच्छा perspective है that you want to do it and that's why you're doing it. So we were just discussing about the questions. अब ना क्या है कि ना you can ask me specific questions on what you feel, right? I'll just move to Punya first and then we'll come to you, right? So Punya has a very different. You're at a very different stage. You are at a stage where you will be choosing a college, right? Any questions which are there in your mind?
Yeah, I feel that I am from PCM background and like I see people shifting their like many of my friends are shifting. Like I have always thought for me PCM is I want to do engineering, and for them they are like it is a backup key. If they want to go to other fields, they are open to it. But my mindset was always that if I am doing PCM, if I am doing that hard shows, then I should go to an engineering college, which is a mental barrier for every student. Like if it is a decent college, then also people are going for engineering because they have worked. It is not easy to it is not easy in schools PCA. It is very vast syllabus, and if you are studying it, you have a barrier. You should go to engineering or PSC for instance. And I feel somehow it is not that necessary. Sometimes you can change.
Right.
Your interests can be different.
Yeah, completely. So I think you have a living example in front of you. Like she has done PCB and then she has moved to law. There is no relationship per se in the two subjects, right? But if you are passionate about something, you realize it, like over the period of time, if you realize it that you want to do something else. See, मेरा perspective इस पे ये है कि यार life is not very short. Life is a very long game. It's like you're playing a long game, right? You're not playing a short game. So why do you bucket it in a fact कि यार ये महीने में या 2 महीने में I need to kind of find resolution to life. Life resolution can be very long phenomena, right? तुम्हें जरूरी थोड़ा ना है कि अभी solution मिल जाएगा तो ही तुम आगे बढ़ पाओगे. चैलेंज क्या आता है कि वी compete with someone else. We are always competing with someone else. उसको तो यार ये resolution मिल गया है, उसने तो ये अचीव कर लिया है, आई एम नॉट एबल टू अचीव इट. इफ यू स्टॉप थिंकिंग इन दैट रिगार्ड्स, इफ यू थिंक जस्ट कंपेयर योर सेल्फ टू वॉट यू वर मे बी 1 year बैक, यू आर ऑलवेज इन अ पॉजिटिव लाइट, राइट? 1 साल पहले तुम 11th में थे, अब तुम 12th में हो, तो बढ़ गए हो ना आगे. ऐसा तो नहीं तुम पीछे रह गए हो, राइट? आगे ही बढ़े हो ना. सो इफ यू थिंक इन दैट परस्पेक्टिव, इट्स ईजियर टू टैकल सिचुएशंस. That is what I'm saying with PCM also. अगर PCM करा है अभी, if you've done PCM and you think now you want to experiment with something else, what's wrong in it?
That is fine, but if I have when I took PCM, it was like let's see how it is. Like if I am a science student, I can switch anywhere. I knew that from the first day. But when I was studying it, I realized that I am liking the subjects. Like in 10th, I was not that person who was very fond of physics or chemistry or maths. I liked, but not for physics or chemistry. But in the process, I learned a lot and I started liking the subjects. And it was basically because of peer pressure and a lot because I studied the subject. Till 10th, everyone is like, we are studying just for the sake of like parents देख रहे हैं तो पढ़ लेते हैं. It is not in 11th, 12th, you are studying for yourself. It is not कि pressure है कुछ parents का. The people who study for pressure, they just
They become a pressure cooker. They become a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
Eventually, right? हाँ तो बेसिकली PCM चूज किया. PCM के बाद you like it,
Yeah.
right? So what is like? Are you confused in the route you want to take?
I see that I don't get very good colleges, for an instance, for now. But if I go to another field, I might get a good college. So, which is a better option for you?
So you're saying you choose a very good, like you want to get into engineering.
Yeah.
That is what you want to do, but you don't get to a good college. Versus you do a different line altogether,
Yeah.
where you want to be, right? You want to do engineering first.
Yeah, I want to do engineering, but I'm not getting a very good college.
But you want to do engineering. And what is the base around that? Why do you want to do engineering?
I like the subjects. Like for me, when I came to 12th, there was circuital systems. I like that.
Okay.
So I want to go in that electrical department or like that, which is like, that is the reason.
So I'll tell you, Pune, and you are the youngest in the group, so I want to be very, very cautious with what I answer to you, right? So जो भी तुम करना चाह रहे हो ना, लाइक इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग अगर तुम कैसे कहते हो, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स कह लेते हैं, इलेक्ट्रिकल कह लेते हैं. आई थिंक यू आर गोइंग टूवर्ड्स इलेक्ट्रिकल मोर देन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स, बट लेट्स जस्ट कीप दैट इज इन माइंड. There is a great scope. There is a great scope in electrical engineering because everyone is going to computer engineering. ठीक है? Everyone is choosing computer as the career option, and there are a lot of jobs in it. There's no denial. There's a lot of jobs in it. Electrical engineering would have great scope. Having said that, then you have to be dedicated कि तुम्हें electrical engineer बनना है. बीच में जाके सोए मत होना कि यार कि मेरे को computer engineer भी बनना है. अगर तुम इलेक्ट्रिकल में करोगे तो और तुमने 4 साल इलेक्ट्रिकल में किसी भी कॉलेज से तुमने जी जान से काम किया ना, यू विल गेट अ गुड जॉब. यू विल गेट इनटू अ जीई और यू गेट इनटू अ गुड इलेक्ट्रिकल कंपनी which is gonna be good. Maybe the salary package will not be as good as a starting computer engineer. But live with it, yaar. Live with it for 5 years. You will be equivalent to them. Don't worry about it. What is important is that you need to be sure that यार ये करना है. और उसे करने के लिए भी मैं वही कहूँगा जो भी सबको कह रहा था कि प्रैक्टिकली करके देखो. डोंट थिंक कि मेरे को ये करना है, बिकॉज तुम्हें नहीं पता लगेगा तुम्हें क्या करना है अभी. यू आर सो अर्ली इन योर करियर, इन योर स्पैन ऑफ लर्निंग, दैट एट दिस मोमेंट विच एवर फील्स कंफर्टेबल. एक्चुअली इट्स अबाउट कंफर्ट. तुम्हें अब PCM में कंफर्ट आ गया है, तुम्हें लग रहा है PCM मेरे को हो जाता है मेरे से अब, है ना? तो तुम्हें लग रहा है कंफर्टेबल हो गया हूं मैं, तो ये मेरे लिए ये करना है. इट्स अबाउट कंफर्ट मोर देन व्हाट यू वांट टू डू. क्योंकि तुम्हारे क्या हुआ कि तुम्हारे को डंडा पड़ा पीछे से, ठीक है? डंडा पड़ के तुम्हें आखिरी में रियलाइज हुआ अब ये डंडे से मैं कंफर्टेबल हो गया हूँ, ठीक है? अब तुम्हें लग रहा है यार ये कंफर्ट जोन में आ गया हूँ, अब मैं इससे बाहर ना निकलूँ. लाइफ इज ऑलवेज अबाउट गेटिंग आउट ऑफ योर कंफर्ट जोन. अगर तुम कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर नहीं निकलोगे तुम ग्रो कर ही नहीं पाओगे. टेक माई एग्जाम्पल, ठीक है? आई वॉज वर्किंग इन अ कॉर्पोरेट जॉब, आई वॉज अर्निंग गुड सैलरी, आई वॉज इन अ ग्रेट कंफर्ट जोन, ठीक है? आई वॉज ट्रैवलिंग द वर्ल्ड, माई जॉब वॉज सच दैट आई हैड टू लाइक व्हाट डू यू वांट फ्रॉम अ जॉब. अच्छा मैं तुमसे पूछता हूँ, ये मेरा क्वेश्चन है तुम्हारे से. What are I have to give you 3 pointers you want in a job. Let's everyone answer that. 3 चीजें जॉब से क्या चाहते हो तुम?
I think a good income, to be able to create a good life for yourself, and satisfaction.
So life for yourself and income would be, I think, similar. So
Yeah, I mean, I have a good lifestyle, basically.
good lifestyle that comes with money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else? Like I'm just pointing out because ये दोनों point same हो जाएंगे, money and
I
lifestyle.
think satisfaction and probably just comfort, like when it comes to time.
Work-life
some sort of
balance.
flexibility.
Work-life balance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Salary, good salary, perks, extra perks.
Perks में क्या मतलब कुछ
Perks में like extra flat, car.
अच्छा, okay. ठीक है.
Okay, that's all.
तीसरी चीज कोई? मतलब किसी को देख
Good location.
Good location. मतलब maybe like a US or something.
Maybe any metro.
Okay.
Love what I do, good money, and peace.
Good salary, peace of mind, and a satisfaction of this is what I want to do in life.
obviously salary and passion about what I'm doing and lifestyle.
I think lifestyle को ना भाभी वही I think money and lifestyle and perks and I think they're very combined. Like think of a person you find successful. Like तुम्हें तुम्हारी नजर में कोई successful बंदा है तो तुम उसमें क्या देखते हो कि वो successful क्यों लगता है तुम्हारे को कोई बंदा?
They know what they do, and they're peaceful at it.
I think 3 things I would say would be good money, good people, good environment,
Good people, good environment.
and good flexibility and work-life balance.
So I want to debunk a few things, right? First thing is that this whole work-life balance, and I know this is a common like everyone kind of talked about it, right? Yet if you're passionate about something, why do you want a work-life balance? I don't understand. Like work-life balance is okay. Like you want to spend some time with your family, which is great, which is okay. But that should not be your first thing which you should come to your mind, right? अगर तुम किसी चीज़ को करना चाहते हो, if you want to do law, right? If you want to do mechanical engineering or computer engineering or ML, you want to give the best, especially in the age you are, right? You wanna give in the maximum amount of time to it, right? Then only you will grow the most in that, right? So I think that is something which you should put at the back seat, like last seat in the bus, not even in the car, like last in the bus, right? Because that will have the most hiccup. Like बस में क्या होता है, last seat पे बैठते क्या होता है, सबसे झटका लगता है ना, that will have the most झटका when you start your career. Why do you want to keep it in the front seat? Because think of it, when you will require work-life balance once you are in a stage in life where you have kids, you have a family, right? Then you will require work-life balance. You don't require a work-life balance today. The reality is this: you can dedicate, अगर तुम passionate हो उस चीज के बारे में, you can dedicate a lot of time to it, right? So debunk this, please. And this is, I would say to every youngster today, that ये सोचना बंद कर दो यार, मिल जाएगा वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस. ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई कंपनी तुम्हें चूज के तुम्हारे सब कुछ निकालने वाली है, ठीक है? ऐसा नहीं करना, कंपनी को भी क्या मिल रहा है उससे, राइट? बट तुम अपने दिमाग में इसको प्रायोरिटी मत दो, पुट इट इन द बैक प्रायोरिटी, ठीक है? You should prioritize what you, firstly, a good career. Like a good career should be something which is not just about like the initial good salary, but a long-term good salary, right? अभी अगर नहीं भी मिलती है तो लॉन्ग टर्म में मिल जाएगी. एंड देन द पैशन, अगर पैशन है और गुड सैलरी, ठीक सैलरी है, इट शुड बी अ गुड इनफ थिंग टू यू. थर्ड थिंग इज एक्सपोजर. आई थिंक थर्ड थिंग विच यू शुड काउंट फॉर इज कि क्या चीज, कितना सीखने को मिलेगा, क्या एक्सपोजर होगा, कितना एनवायरमेंट इनरिचिंग होगा मेरे लिए, right? Especially for the first 5 to 10 years of your career, at least for the 5 years of the career, that should be the priority for every student. And I'm generalizing it. I'm not even saying कि यार ये मैं ऐसे कह रहा हूँ कि हर के लिए अलग होना चाहिए, मैं तो generalize कर रहा हूँ कि यही होना चाहिए, ये 3 चीजें ही होनी चाहिए, right? That will make the base for the next 10 years. And then the priorities can change. Then the priorities can be about work-life balance. Then the priority can be about a good location, a good place to work, right? But for the initial 5 years, they should not be the priority, right? So I came to this point because I had done that for first 5 years, and then I was doing for 10 years, I was doing the other part also, where I was having a great job, I was traveling the world, I was having a good salary, good lifestyle, everything, right? But then I found it that this is very comforting. I want to grow myself. And I was not growing. I was stagnant. I was going by the motion of life, right? And that's why I have started this, which is like putting a lot of pressure on myself, right? So I am saying that you should always find ways to improve yourself. That is my take on the top 3 things you should prioritize. And you can have a different opinion, and I would like to discuss it. So anything which I said which doesn't sit right with you, we can talk about it.
I think when at least when I say a work-life balance, what I mean by that is like a sense of comfort. Like we usually see, and like I've usually heard that people, once they get into the corporate side of things, they sort of get stuck in a cycle when they're like once they start, for example, a 9 to 5 job, then they're stuck in pursuing that for a very long time, and they're reaping the benefits of that at a much later stage. So I think that's what I mean by some sort of flexibility. Like if I talk about law, then it's a very very demanding, you can say, like
Yeah, it's a very demanding career. Yeah.
even for studying, it's like it takes up a lot of your time. So to be able to balance that with other things you want to do, if if you have other things to do, or if you find, of course I enjoy that, but then there are other things that I want to give my time to as well, then I think that's what I mean by being able to give
Those
dividing
other
time.
things are hobbies, or those other things are career options?
No, not career options, like hobbies or something that just makes you you want to give time to. It could be like people, or just doing something else on the side, anything.
No, which is fine, I think, and no one is saying that you have to work maybe like 12 hours a day, right? No one is asking you to do that, but at least like for I think the idea of 8 hours is so sarkari, like seriously, like 9 to 5 job क्यों करना चाहते हो यार? Like you want to be a sarkari mulazim? No, na. You want to be someone who is building your career. You should take a stock of your career after every 1.5 year, that am I in the right direction or not, and dedicate the best amount of time in that 1.5 year to be there. But if you start judging it every day कि यार आज मैंने 12 घंटे काम कर लिया, अब क्या करूँ, ये तो बहुत स्ट्रगल हो गया लाइफ में, राइट? देन इट बिकम्स अ चैलेंज. यू हैव टू जज इट ऑन अ लॉन्गर पर्सपेक्टिव कि यार ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ मे बी 1 month आई हैव वर्कड ऑन एन एवरेज अराउंड 9 to 10 hours. Then it would sound okay to you. But one day 12 hours becoming a stress point for you is a wrong thing, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you should not dedicate time to your hobbies, your holistic development, your friendships. That is very important, and that is gonna keep you peaceful in your mind so that you can achieve your goal, right? But don't make it a stress point for yourself कि यार अगर ज़्यादा काम करना पड़ गया तो I become stressful. That is what I'm saying. I'm just trying to ease out things for you in that regards, because sometimes work might stress you, right? And that's why you are doing something which you are liking, right? So that's where my take is. Anyone else who has any point? It's okay to have, as I said, stupid questions are more than invited.
I have this.
Okay. Anything else? No? Answer. Cool. So now coming to the career questions. Any perspective career questions from your end?
Yeah, I think nowadays, I think BBA also has become like a very challenging. A lot of people are doing it. Some people have the mindset that they're just doing it for the degree. They don't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
They just want a degree. So, like, does that affect the kind of jobs people who are dedicated about the degree can get affected by it?
So I think if you think about it, BBA, MBA both are actually one of the most generic degrees available, right? They're talking about business administration, which like every other thing should be learned by practice, right? Business cannot be learned by just learning, right? So, and there is one example for this actually. Like you think about medical colleges, right? They are generally with the hospital, so they practice medicine and then they kind of learn, right? Which is not the case with MBA in general, right? Or a BBA. So BBAs are isolated with the business. They're just teaching you what knowledge is about business, and now you're not practically doing it. So I would say for every generic course or any course you are doing, actually BCom, तो BBA के अंदर या फिर किसी भी other course में, the idea is that you are eventually should put that to practice, right? And to put it to practice, you have to have a specialization. It could be that you are doing BBA in retail management. You're doing BBA in telecom business. You're doing BBA in digital marketing. You're doing BBA in finance management, right? Could be anything. because of the fact that BBA is so generic, you have to have some specialization, and specialization could be there in two ways. One is that you go for a specialized course. Other could be that you work for a specialized company. Like I said, ki you work in multiple internships and find out which is the right industry for you, and then you do it. तो इसको break down कर देते हैं. I think first thing is you should understand what your choice is. You have to assess yourself, like which place you want to be, right? Assessment is very important, which we don't do. We generally don't do assessment, and we just choose something and we go into it, we flow into it, right? Most of the time life is taking us in its flow. We are not defining what our life is, right? So firstly, रुक जाओ थोड़ी देर, just do assessment कि यार मेरे को करना क्या है, ठीक है? Give time to that. Don't think it is a wasteful exercise. Even if you dedicate maybe 2-3 hours, 4 hours to it, you will find out that you will come out better, and there has to be a simple way of doing it. It cannot be कि यार तुम अपने mind में सोच रहे हो and then सोचते सोचते you get so engrossed in your thought that कुछ निकल के नहीं आया उससे. There are assessment tests which you can do. Multiple assessment tests are available to kind of get to at least level 1 of what I want to do, right? Level 2 is you talk to experts in that field. These are easy things to do, ready-made things, right? कि यार मेरे को फिनटेक करने का मन कर रहा है, या मुझे फाइनेंस या रिटेल करने का मन कर रहा है, कुछ भी स्पेसिफिक करने का मन है, इस इंडस्ट्री में क्या रिक्वायर्ड होता है, क्या मुश्किल है, क्या आसान है, कितना सैलरी है, क्या नहीं है, सब पता लग जाएगा एक्सपर्ट से बात करके, राइट? And the third thing is then you circle out on 2 or 3 things you want to do, and you do internships or courses in that field, and finally you get an answer. ढूंढना आसान है, it's just that it requires some effort. Like it's just slight effort, and effort भी तुम्हारे upgradation में ही काम आ रहा है यार. You're not wasting time, you're just going to a better direction. So any course, I would say BBA, BCom, even BTech to the matter of fact, right? BTech में लोग eventually computer science की job लेने के लिए कर रहे हैं, right? Maybe they don't want to do computer science की job here. A lot of people I've met in my career, a lot of friends of mine, they started with computer science. After 2-3 years, they started hating it. I am amongst those. Actually, I started hating it. Like कि मैं क्यों coding कर रहा हूँ यार? I want to do marketing. I did MBA in marketing, right? So you need to taste things. You need to kind of understand things and then work forward. So I think that is my suggestion, and it's a very simple progression, right? Assessment, experts, courses or internships solves it for you.